Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle-earth here with a quick video on the new marching mechanics in the PBE version 2. If you guys are not in here, have not seen, there's a couple of things that are sort of game-changing in terms of how we march and move around the map, and I think it's going to really change some of the strategy and kind of the battle dynamics on the field. So I'm actually very excited about a few of these, and I'd love to hear your comments down below. We're just going to jump right into it though. The major thing, or something that's going to kind of set the stage for these things we're going to talk about, is the new kind of physical paths that your commanders have to follow. So typically before, if I have Sestaro here, and I was going to move him over here, he would just move in a straight line across the mountain. And some people have questioned that, like, I'm marching across the mountain, doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense, but it's also a game, so I never thought about it too hard. But if I select to march over here, and I click march with Sestaro, instead of going through the mountain, he has to go up and around and follow a physical path to get to this tile. So again, it just kind of changes how we march around and what we do, which I think on its own is just interesting. And I think it could by itself just create some different scenarios that would be kind of fun to see play out. So that's kind of step number one for this. Step number two, and I'll put some pictures on the screen because they give us kind of two pictures of this playing out, is that armies can now be intercepted when marching. So if my Sestaro was marching or whatever, if someone's marching and they cross paths with another commander, an enemy commander, they will battle. So as you see here in the picture they illustrate, a little harder to see because they give us kind of small pictures here, but instead of this Aragorn and Lurch just kind of marching past each other and landing on opposite sides of the river like they originally set to march, they will kind of meet in the middle and have a battle in the middle of that river area there because their paths intersect. It was intercepted by Lurch or Aragorn, whoever intercepted that one. But again, I think that more than anything in this update, I like the most because I, for one, have had lots of times where I'm just trying to play and you have a several minute march and it's just, you're just kind of waiting and it's kind of boring. So the fact that more can happen while you're marching, whether you could be hitting someone or someone intercepting you, whatever it is, I think makes that a little bit more engaging and allows you to think through different scenarios that, you know, you could march to an area solely because you want to intercept armies or, again, whatever it is. I think it's very, very interesting. Again, you could also have teammates that are marching and you march to get in front of them to intercept a hit because I think there's just so many layers to it that I think could be very, very interesting if that makes sense. So the interception, I think, could be a very cool feature, but I am curious what you guys think of that because I think that's probably my favorite part of the kind of version 2 update here. Another interesting but small detail with the march system is the ability to stop marches. If I'm marching over here and for whatever reason I want to cancel my march, I can do so and I will just land on the tile that I am currently on top of or kind of closest to. So whether that be because I'm going to get intercepted or something's changed up here where I don't want to land there or at least follow this path all the way, if I hit stop, I'll wait till he's over this tile right here. If I hit that stop button, he's just going to stop and land on top of the tile. He's not going to attack it. He's not going to take it or anything like that. He's just going to land there. So clicking stop and there you go. Didn't take it, but he's just sitting there, which again, just interesting kind of small detail that adds to the layer of things that you can do while marching around. Something you might notice as well is that you don't need connections when in your own territories or neutral territories. So again, no connections at all here. I can just send over and send to Star, Witch King, whoever it is, and they will march and take that tile without any connection. However, if you are in enemy territory, you'll have to march around them. So you'll see in this picture right here that this Aragorn that's marching over here has to go all the way around the red tiles and kind of over the 200 to get to the effigy that he's marching at. So again, strategically, that could be used as a way to divert enemies or just buy yourself more time. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But I do think that makes more sense when you're traversing enemy lands that you wouldn't just be able to march as freely, but in more neutral or territories you own. I think the ability to move around and have a little bit less, because right now I think the issue people have or the concern is that since we're in formations, stamina is going to be an issue. So the fact that I don't have to path 9 tiles to get where I want to go to or attack where I want to attack, I think makes pretty good sense. And the fact that you could actually attack people while just, you know, on your path also means you don't have to move to attack them. There's just going to be more fights happening while you're moving around. So again, overall, with all the marching changes, I think these are pretty cool. I honestly don't have any complaints about them. We'll see what actually makes it into the game. But I feel like with where things are at now, I'd say these are good things for, you know, it makes me more excited to try 2.0, I get to be honest. So those are my thoughts, but I'm curious what you guys think of the march system. Now, last but not least, there are some kind of special neutral units in the game. We have fell beasts and eagles who will ignore these physical land restrictions because they're just going to fly over the mountains and rivers and whatever. So those will be used to more special effect, as well as the Mumakil. They posted a picture of it, and I'll pull it up here and I'll kind of make it a little bit larger on the screen so you can see it. But the Mumakil actually takes up a 2x2 area now. So you can see Dane here moving out with the Mumakil and taking up a 2x2 space. which I would also assume that means that there has to be enough room for the Mimikyu to run through. So if there's only a one by one tile, I would assume that that means he can't go through there, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But again, just kind of, it makes it feel a little bit more realistic to think of like how a Mimikyu could actually traverse, or how eagles would traverse and have an advantage like that. So I don't know. I'm excited for it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.